All right, we are live. Who is going to be the first one in today? I wonder. Close race. Charles is definitely in the lead, though. By quite a bit. Gonna need a comeback. Oh, man. What a weekend. Now we are on Monday. Charles, what's up, man? You're on a hot streak. First in again? Asserting dominance. Hope you're doing well, man. All right. Well, let's get the, the usual out of the way. Let's get the arcade Doom Cycle mode thing out, and then we can actually get to the real game. Today should be pretty chill. There's not much to do in the game at the moment, so I think we're just going to be playing Arena, kind of hanging out. Ready for Battlegrounds Wednesday? I mean, as ready as I can get, Vernon. I'm going to make a rank up decision today. Take another champion to rank 3. Other than that, should be a pretty chill day. But yeah, I was thinking about making my rank up for Battlegrounds purposes. So we're just going to take a look at that in a while and see. So far, I am thinking Hitmonkey. Because I don't really have a lot of skill champions, I noticed, that are ranked up. I have like Mole Man, and that's it. I mean, that's not necessarily for Battlegrounds. That's just like for having more options, at least, in the skill class. Although Hitmonkey's no slouch. Like, he can do fights very quickly in Battlegrounds, and I think if he's leveled up, it'd be even faster. But we'll just have to see. I'm also kind of tempted to rank up Warlock, but I already have Sentinel, who's kind of filling the really good slot, you know, as far as my tech champions go. Rank 4 Warlock, yeah. Yeah, it's tempting. Warlock is a beast. I also thought about ranking up Bastion. Bless you. But I don't know that I use Bastion enough to justify a rank up over other champions. Although maybe I'd use him more if he was stronger. I don't know. I do not know. I also thought about ranking up my Kindred to rank 3. Because I do use him even offensively. So I'm thinking about that option. Wondering about ranking up. Dude, Molman at rank 4 would do some serious numbers. Shocker would as well. Those are both really good options, I think. You have a rank 3 Kindred? Nice. Yeah, he's a beast on defense. Like, no matter what, you're going to take some sort of degeneration damage, basically. And, like, no slouch on offense either. Especially if they're a pretty buff-heavy champion. Like, I've used him for Serpent before. I mean, it's less than ideal. You're still taking damage, but he can do the fight. But yeah, I mean, my Mole Man is rank 3. And I really like Mole Man, actually. I would consider taking Mole Man to rank 4. Except against Torch, yeah. Well, even against Torch, if he's awakened, he'll still do some degen. But not much. Yeah, Torch would just cream him really quick. I mean, the amount of damage you'd get back would be really insignificant, I would say. Yo, Spidey, what's up, man? Hey, welcome to the stream, guys. Hope your Monday has been going well. I have a new poll up, by the way, for what we're going to play on Friday, so make sure you go and participate in that. Cast your vote. Yeah, Torch is doing well. He eats good. To be fair, though, I've pretty much powered up every hero at this point. And they all do just about the same, Vernon. This game is actually a little bit more balanced than I initially thought. I think Torch is definitely the fastest, though. But yeah, if you invest into any four of them, like, they're gonna cook. Thing, like, it gets to the point where the enemies only do like 12 damage to him, if not less. I will be so happy when I don't have to do this at the beginning of every stream, though. You guys have no idea. Invisible Woman is probably the fastest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it matters just because of the dash attack that hits everybody. Thing about torches, like, you just need one dash attack and the entire wave is cleared, basically. Because the incinerate damage is so juicy. But I mean, like I said, I mean, we're talking maybe like a few seconds here and there of which champ is better. Like, they're all pretty fast. Human Torch is a little cooler, though. I mean, look at that, man. That's sick. And then he follows it up. Dash attack hits twice. Heck yeah, dude. I'm all in. I'm all in. What we really need is a little bit more compensation from Kabam. Like some more free tickets. And then I can just like grind this all out instead of having to wait and do it like 3 times every day. If I had spare money laying around, I would be tempted to use it on this mode just so that I could like finish it today. However, I don't want to give Kabam money for something like this. Because personally, I don't think it really deserves it. They gotta try better. If the mode was a little more fun. I think it could have been more fun, but like the difficulty caps out, right? So you get to the point where nothing matters and you're just clearing everything super easy. Hey, welcome to the stream, Kate. Hope your Monday's going well, dude. Haven't done it in a while. Yeah, I wish I could have already finished it. I wish I could have. We're just a couple compensations away, though, for me to be able to be done and dusted with this mode. We're so very close, man. I don't even really look at the buffs that much anymore. I just kind of click the one it'll let me buy. And then skip. What are you guys' thoughts on the new Alliance super event? I missed a couple runs when I was on vacation, and then I also died a few times in the little story mode thing, but other than that, I haven't missed a day. Yeah, Fantastic Four movie is doing worse than the Thunderbolts? That's surprising. I feel like I've heard more positive things about the Fantastic Four movie than I have the Thunderbolts movie. I think people are just sick of Marvel movies being bad. I don't think it's that like superhero fatigue people try to pin it on, because I really don't think so. I mean, when Spider-Man came out a while ago, that was a good movie and it made a ton of money and people were talking about superhero fatigue back then. I think people are just starting to lose faith in Hollywood, to be honest. Oh, that's awesome, Cade. Let me know what he gets. Hopefully he gets a... Actually, wait, what is he looking for the most from the Titan? So I can manifest it. Although that's never really worked for anybody in the chat, so maybe you don't want me to send my luck over. Although I sure can try. Sure can try. Last wave of the day, I think. I think this is my third run. We'll go spend the rest of these. Why not? Sure, yep. Totally strategizing about where to put these masteries. Beautiful. Okay, now we can go to the normal game. All right. First things first on the docket, guys, and I will need your help. I spent some radiance, okay? Now I have 56k. I did have 72k. I bought some tier 4 alpha because I want another rank 3. So, thoughts. What are you guys thinking? I will tell you my initial thoughts. As far as skill goes, I only really have Mole Man ranked up. As far as my rank 3s go, here's my rank 3 roster, okay? So my mind kind of wants to go to get another skill or possibly tech because they're pretty underrepresented. Because I have 2 cosmics, 2 mutants, as well as Jean Grey at rank 4. I guess I could maybe pick science. I have Silk, but I also have the rank 4 Count Nefaria, who kind of covers my science a little bit more. Then I have 2 Mystic. Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking tech or skill. If I take skill, I would probably want to rank up Hitmonkey. I really do think Yelena's defensive capabilities aren't as good as when she initially released. I feel like I see people able to do that fight a lot easier now that, like, people know how to dex her specials a little bit better. Oh, he doesn't care? Okay, well, hopefully he gets a good champ cade. Maybe Jean Grey, that would be sick. Just pray for no Red Hulk, man. So anyway, yeah. Okoye is tempting, but I feel like I feel like I use Hitmonkey on offense more than I use Okoye. Because she's so dependent on, like, your enemy not being debuff immune to, like, shock or bleed. Whereas Hitmonkey is just, like, no matter what, he's all reliable, medium, light, medium, and he's gonna crit, right? Yeah, her little reversal can still be dangerous, for sure. Like, I'm not saying she's bad or anything. I just don't know that she provides the same value that she used to. Vox is a good option as well. I just kind of want to, like, try and shore up my roster in an area where I'm weak, I guess. Spidey says Chavez and Okoye. Dude, my thing with Chavez is I know she's really good. I just never use America Chavez. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not that I don't know how to play her necessarily. Just, I mean, occasionally there's that champion that's, like, top tier that I just don't really like, or, like, don't really like playing. America Chavez is kind of fits the bill for me in that regard. Like, that's... I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to ranking her up, but I don't think she's, like, my first choice here, if I'm being honest. 18 rank 3s. Nice, Cade. Yeah, I'm not anywhere near that. To my own fault, though. I would rather open a crystal than rank up a champion, but I'm trying to balance that out a little bit. Like, old me would have had that 72k radiance, and I would have just bought all 7-star crystals, like, without a second thought. Like, I promise that's what I would have done. Although now I'm streaming, I gotta make sure I'm winning in battlegrounds, stuff like that. So I think it's smarter for me to start focusing on rank ups a little bit more than I have in the past. I-bomb is kind of tempting as well. I don't know that I'd go that way, though. So, like so far, the champions I'm considering right now, me personally, it would be Hitmonkey, Bastion, and Warlock. Shockers are a really good option, too. I think Shocker would be good for the victory track, but once I got the Gladiator circuit, he wouldn't really work. Unless they evade his passive stun from his special 2. I'm not actually sure how that interaction would go. But Gladiator circuit is going to have the, like, if they're stunned, then they'll evade your hit, right? Sig, Kindred, I think, is Sig 40? Yeah, Sig 40. I could take him up to Sig whatever. I have 82 Mystic Sig Stones. Honestly, that might not be a bad play, actually. I don't know. I did not know I had that many Mystic Stones, dude. Anyway, I could Sig up Kindred. Okay, so we're thinking, like, Shocker Special 2 would get around the evade. Sounds like. Red Skull wouldn't be a bad option either, actually. But there's nothing really stopping people from using CGR, and yeah, he's still good, I guess. So anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts. I really kind of want to rank up Hitmonkey, if I'm being honest, and that's mostly just because I like big crit damage. I don't think it'd be the smartest rank up, though. He does do fights super fast, though, which does win you rounds. And it would give him a little bit more tankiness to him. Like, I'm kind of tempted to rank up Bastion. I think he'd be good for Gladiator Circuit meta as well. Because he gets Pursuit. So then I could just parry and do whatever I want. Rank up the Bullseye? Dude, I don't think... Like, Bullseye still kills, dude. He's still so good. I just feel like there's a lot more and more Bullseye counters every single day. That's the only thing that concerns me about ranking up Bullseye. And there's other champions I'd rather rank up. Ugh. Also, I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Heck. Sorry. Early break. Anyway, I think... Should we rank up Kindred? Kindred or Bastion? Maybe Hitmonkey. Bastion. Trying to think, like, are there any... You have a harder time fighting Kindred than Bullseye? Say less. Just kidding. How about Kushala? Kushala, okay. So I thought about Kushala as well. I just feel like I would get better value out of other champions because she's not really a defensive threat. I mean, like, that big of one at least. And I feel like the fights that I usually need her for, she usually does okay. I mean, she like tends to time out against Serpent a lot of times, but I still feel okay using her in that way. I kind of feel like As far as like battlegrounds goes, Kindred might be the best option. Just because, like, so victory track, when you block, they get the little, well, I don't remember what the buff is, but it's where if you hit them, they don't move backwards. So here's what I'm thinking. Kindred will apply his degens to you if he's like close to you, right? So I was inexorable, I think is what it's called. But anyway, I think he on defense would be really good at pushing the enemy back to the wall, and then you just can't do anything to get away from his degens, right? You're just cooked. I think I'm gonna rank up Kindred. And then I'll be set on defenders, and then I can probably make an offensive rank up, like Hitmonkey or Okoye, maybe Bastion, for my next rank up. I think that's the call I'm gonna make. And then I think I'm gonna sig him up a little bit. I just think Kindred, like, he's just good on defense. I mean, unless they have a Human Torch, which a lot more people have nowadays, but I don't know that it matters that much. He still seems to get his licks in. And then I think I will sig him up a little bit, because I remember somebody saying that he's good at, like, was it 60 or 80? Something like that. So I'm just going to put in, like, oh, not 82. Wait, what? Put, like, 40 sigs into him because I can. Oh man, he almost cracks the top 5. That's so wild. Sentinel has such a low rating. Will man be good both offensive and defensive for most meta? I think Molman can be sneaky good on defense. He's definitely good for offense, I would say. Just because you can create your own openings. He also has, like, the evade counter. Because before he's in his mode and he's below 10 monster mass, he gets true accuracy. So, like, if you really were down bad, you could even use him for bullseye. I've done that before. You still take quite a bit of damage from, like, the special one and all that. But at least you can counter his evade. So, it's pretty nice. And then, like, yeah, he is pretty good on defense occasionally. Like, if there's ever a meta that requires you to hit into block for any reason, I think he'd be a menace. Like, you could maybe... he might be a good candidate for the victory track this season, just because he's going to be able to corner you fairly easy, I feel like. Although he's not too bad of a defender to play. I mean, you have Onslaught now. You've got Jean Grey out there. I think there's quite a few champions that can take on Moleman, personally. Anywho. Okay. Not enlisted in AQ? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not assigned to anything? Alright. Well, then, I'll just join this one. I'm going to run this AQ real quick and then probably hop into the arena. Who do we want to take? Should I take an I-bomb just for fun? Let's take an I-bomb over... Actually, wait, hold on. I actually do want the cow. Let's go this way. Yeah, that team looks like a solid dub. Fury might be better defensively. I would say so, unless you have a 7-star Moleman. Or, wait, you do, actually. But if you have a 7-star Fury, yes. Although, make sure, like, your enemy doesn't have a mutant attacker that they could use. Because if they do, then Nick Fury is, like, pretty much a pushover. I mean, you can make the argument that you don't even need mutant, and he's still not that great. Like, he's kind of... Nick Fury on defense, I feel like, has suffered just because of the fact that he's so old at this point. Because he used to cook pretty good. And then now it's like... a lot of people are used to fighting Nick Fury now. Yeah, Fury low sig, I mean, that's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. As long as you have that second life, I think that's what matters. Although if you significantly play like playing one champ over the other, I think you can make a good enough argument for both of them. Although I would definitely lean Nick Fury there. Oh my gosh, I crit. Hallelujah. Jabari destroys Fury. Yeah. Yeah, people are just used to fighting Nick Fury now. Although on release, like, I felt like the only champions that could do it were the mutant champions. Now I feel like people are good enough at baiting out Special 2 or just playing around his unblockable that pretty much any champion can take Nick Fury. That being said, I mean, occasionally Nick will just say he doesn't care, right? And decide to launch that bad boy into your face, even if you're holding block, so... Classic case of Runtra getting too much power gain right there. Might as well. How excited? Oh, I'm so excited, Spidey. I will say the preseason games. Now, I know you're not supposed to think about preseason, really. And I think way too many people get way too hyped about preseason, and it's kind of funny. Although I will say, man, I don't really like what I've heard or seen from the Dolphins. That being said, though, I mean, preseason is always just the B team playing, you know? Just can't read too much into it. I have a buddy who's a Broncos fan, and he texted me. He's all freaking out. He's like, the Broncos are looking so good. Like, we're going to take it all. And, I mean, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, bro, try not to get super hyped. It's just preseason. I know it's cliche. Everybody says the same thing. Like, oh, it's just preseason. But, like, seriously, dude. Don't. It doesn't count. Aw, that would have crit too? That's sad. I wonder how much that would have done. Crossbones and Killmonger? If your Crossbones is really high sig, he's pretty good. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really know that much about Killmonger. Other than he can be really good on defense with his Awaken ability. Yeah, it doesn't even matter, Spidey. Like, it will be interesting to see, like, when the big boys actually start playing, how things are. Personally, right, I mean, as a Dolphins fan that I am, I'm pretty excited to see how the team looks when healthy, because I feel like most of the season last year, they were just all banged up. That being said, my expectations are low. Because I am a Dolphins fan and I know what kind of expectations I should have. Oh boy. Nah, it'll be good to see a healthy Tua for a couple games before he gets a concussion. Inevitably. And like, we all know what's going to happen. Hey, congrats, Widow. Nice going. How was the Lotan fight for you? I enjoyed that fight quite a bit. I didn't think it was too bad. Hope the Bears don't Bears themselves again. You know, if it's kind of like the Dolphins, Vernon. If there's one thing I can count on the Bears to do, it's Bearsing themselves. it's like death, taxes, the Bears sucking, and the Dolphins being a first round playoff exit or just barely missing. Wonder if this will kill him. Yep. You have the worst AI known. Yeah, the Lotan fight can be a little bit annoying. I remember the AI for Lotan being similar to how Cassandra Nova is. Occasionally, it just goes like pretty passive when you don't want her to, which can be kind of annoying. But yeah, I did enjoy that fight. Part of it is because I had a rank 4 Count Nefaria that made it pretty enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. Hope the Bills defense don't... did you guys keep the same defensive coordinator this year? But I also am hoping that the Dolphins defense doesn't Dolphins defense themselves. They were one of the bright spots of last year, but they've lost... I mean, we lost Jalen Ramsey. And, I mean, I guess our, like... A lot of our rushers are coming back. Like, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, I think, should be back. So that'll be really nice. Although, now we have, like, no corners. So it's going to be a rough time. I do like Anthony Weaver, the defensive coordinator, though. Defense was the only thing able to keep us in games last year, so... I say us, but I mean the Dolphins. I mean, I'm not part of the Dolphins yet, but... I feel like the Bills just consistently get outcoached. Hey, look at that. It's the rank 3 Kindred. Just dunked on Black Bolt. That is a lot of resources, by the way, Widow. Holy cow. 50 plus revives. Hey, speaking of which, I have 80 plus revives right now. In case anyone is wondering. And I don't know how I got that much because... I have not been actively grinding for revives. I have not seen it, Vernon. If you have a picture of it, you can tweet it to me or DM me in Discord. I don't know if you're part of my Discord group though. Might be easier to tweet it to me. I need to put that in the description of the video actually. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Rank 1 She-Hulk? Well, why didn't you just rank up She-Hulk then, Widow? Also, you don't need to type in all caps, alright? Makes me feel like you're yelling. I mean, it is something to be excited about, but... Anyway, Widow, did you get anything good from the rewards? I think that gives you some crystals to open. I would imagine it would. But yeah, I'm excited to watch football, dude. That's like my favorite thing to do on Sunday. Or one of, I should say. I'm excited to see the Jets just totally flop and be a bad team like always. It's going to be great. Rank 2 Kush, rank 2 Gore, rank 2 Morb God, pulled Misty, and dupe Gilly 99. Hey, the dupe on Gilly 99 is pretty good. Misty, not so much. It's kind of an L pull, honestly. She can be okay, I don't think she's tanky enough. And I don't think her damage is quite high enough. Man. That new Titan, by the way, in a month is going to be insane. We have so many good champions, like, going into that bad boy. Holy cow. Hey, Get Better. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope your Monday's going well so far. You're excited too? You feel like every time you watch the Bills play, your blood pressure goes up? Yeah, dude, what I started doing lately, and I know it's super lame, but dude, I just won't even watch Dolphins games. And then if we win, I'll go back and I'll watch the highlights. Oh, I can't take it anymore, okay? The feeling of, like, having your heart ripped out, stomped on, and then put through a shredder, I can only deal with it so much. It's probably better for my heart, like my blood pressure, too. That being said, I'll still get a similar feeling because I obsessively will check the score. You wish his Sabretooth buff was better? What? I don't even know what change it made. Doesn't it just make his Furies... Can't he just, like, stack them a little bit faster or something? I would say if unless you don't have a lot of the champions in the current Titan Widow. Dude, that's actually such a true statement, Vernon. I personally am saving for the new Titan Widow. I'll have like 2, maybe 3, depending on how the rewards this month go. His damage is mid. That's sad. I think people like... a lot of the buffs, I mean, Kabam said themselves, they were like mostly just a side project. Like that some of the champion creators had extra time, so they decided to tweak a few champions kits. I mean, it's not too surprising that like most of them are garbage. Or maybe like half. Misty's not super... Okay, Misty is... I have, like, mixed opinions on Misty. A lot of people aren't really used to her special attack timing, so she can actually probably catch people off guard on defense. That and she can be unblockable or whatever. But, like, it is pretty cool. Like, if you play her correctly, she can permanently be unblockable and crit. It's just kind of annoying to get there, and crits aren't that powerful. You watch Flipper reruns? I don't even know what that is. No, my plan is, dude, you guys, like, it's probably a good thing I don't stream on Sundays. Because you guys have no idea how toxic of, like, a football fan I am. Especially when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. I just kind of, like, the only way I can psychologically prevent myself from having some sort of psychotic break is just by being ultra pessimistic about the team. Like, to the point where you would think I just hate the Dolphins. Like, I'm not a fan of the Dolphins. I'll just sit there and be like, oh, we're going to lose. I guarantee we fumble on this play. Just stuff like that. Because then if it happens, at least I'm not disappointed. It's something I was expecting to happen. And, dude, it is such a toxic thing to do. It's like the most pessimistic you'll probably ever see me is when it's Dolphins football time. Like, but then, dude, when you win, you're all the way up here, right? Because you weren't even expecting it. You hate football? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the Bills play their up to the level of their competition or down. I mean, it's hard to win in a professional football league. They definitely do themselves no favors, I feel like. Every time I watch a Bills game, it's either like it looks like the best football team you've ever seen, or they're just like high schoolers out there that don't really know what to do because they're on TV and they're just nervous. Hey, Get Better. Is there a sport you do like watching? Except for the Dolphins games. Yeah, that's true. But that's only with Josh Allen, okay? Once he's gone, prepare yourselves for beatings. Yeah, it actually is like hilarious how much the Bills just dunk on the Finns. At least we can all hate the Jets. At least we can all hate the Jets. Also, just a quick reminder for you guys that are newer in the chat that just got in here. I did put the poll up for what we're going to play on Friday. So please do make sure to go ahead and vote in that bad boy so your voice may be heard. All right. MCOC will not be on there this week, though, okay? Just because we did it last week. And we got to keep the variety, you know? Yeah, it's really, the record is really cartoonish. Which COD? I mean, custom zombies. Well, I guess I didn't clarify, huh? I guess World at War also has custom zombies. I meant Black Ops 3. I can definitely go make an amendment to that. I mean, if I really wanted to be trendy, I would have been playing the Battlefield 6 beta this entire time. Gosh dang it! I forgot North Star crashes the game. How is that not fixed yet, by the way? That's so dumb. Why does... Dude, okay. I promise this is going to happen too. I'm actually going to use Dust in Arena 2, and the same thing is going to happen. Same thing will happen. 100%. What? How long ago did the update come out now? Was it like a week, 2 weeks ago? And this is still a problem. Surely they're aware of it, right? Like, do I need to send a video into Kabam? Let me just launch it on my phone to make sure it logs it out of something on my PC if it's going on in the background. Does anybody else just do this with the little highlighter box? Like, when I'm bored all the time, I'll do this. I used to, on the family computer, like, if you make this, like, skinny enough, it'll just go invisible, like, growing up. I would just, like, I would just play around with the highlighter box all the time because we had, like, the slow dial-up internet computer. And this was enough to tickle my child's brain. Just playing with the highlight box. Spider-Gwen isn't terrible. No, I think she's a little bit underrated. She's just been forgotten to time. If she gets, like, her little evade charges up, she can be really annoying on defense, too. If you ever saw a meta that included a bunch of special one spamming, she would be horrible. Yeah, Widow, she's a little bit lackluster, I'll say. It's just the damages aren't... Oh my gosh, we're really doing this again. I hate this game. Now we wait. This is so fun. Should I just play Bloons Tower Defense? Yeah, if her damage was like a little bit higher, I think Misty would be good. If she had maybe like Hit Monkey damage numbers, maybe it would be worth. That would probably be way too unbalanced though. Dude, it could be Spidey. I don't want to though. I mean, we know what crashes the game. I just totally forgot. That's kind of my own bad. I can try and play, here's what we can do. We can play MCOC, and I'll play it backwards. This would be hard, actually. This requires a lot of brain power. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if I can even win a fight this way. Hold on, let's try it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I won't lose my streak. Okay, here we go. This is how I'm streaming from now on. Oh, shoot. I'm attacking? Wait, this is like confusing my brain. This is like worse than reverse controls. Holy moly. Okay, wait, I got this. Oh, no, I gotta keep it in frame. Oh, look at that. No, 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 no. No, no. Ooh. No, wait, what? Oh, wait, no, I'm an idiot. I need to tap the other side. That's the attack. Oh, no. It's a circus of errors. No. No. Special 3. Oh, yes. This is so bad, dude. This is so bad. No, it's the victory animation, Spidey. It's not the special. It's the same way with Dust. No, no. Gamora's gonna get me. No, I mistimed the decks. We got it! Huge. What if I got really good at this? Yeah, it's the same with North Star and it's the same with Dust. For some reason, and it's only on the PC client. It doesn't happen on mobile. I've tested it. If the victory animation for North Star or Dust happens, you just crash. Like, the game will die for some reason. Because there's some witch doctors somewhere that put a hex on the game, I swear. I don't know. Okay. Let's wait like 20 more seconds and then we'll give it another go. Hey, Venom rank 3, heck yeah. Cytalis, you'll use Iceman. That's an interesting option. I don't know, I've heard people using Iceman for Cytalis. Cerastes, you'll use Venom. Jabari for Bahamut. Oh, well, okay, maybe that's like the second MCOC. Like, I don't know. It must run in the background somehow if the game crashes. Let me just check Task Manager real quick, make sure nothing else is open, and then we'll launch it again. Oh, kabam. Okay. All right. If it doesn't work here, dude, I'm actually going to rage so hard. We're going to just play Pokemon, I swear. For Glycan, you're using Bishop. That should go quick. Spider-Gwen is nuts, yeah. Well, I don't know that I'd say nuts, but she's definitely underrated. I 100% agree. Come on, Kabam. I need units, okay? I was thinking about when StatCast relics come out, maybe spending like 1,000 units or so on the crystals. We'll see. Have they told us like how we're gonna get StatCast relics, like the crystals and crystal shards? I don't recall if they have. Like maybe they're just gonna work them into monthly rewards, or like are they gonna put them in? I don't know, like one of the stores, like Radiance or the Trader's Outpost. Okay, we're in. Hallelujah. Just gotta be patient, man. Oh, you know what I should have done on my phone real quick? I should have ran Dust. And then I wouldn't crash the rest of the stream, potentially. Oh, well. Yeah, it is kind of annoying, Charles. Like, I was saving for a while because I thought maybe they would just be lumped into the same category. And then ever since they announced that that wasn't the case, I've just been blowing all my relic shards. What's annoying is, like, how many currencies are we going to get in the game, man? Having another crystal in the game, it's getting so saturated, man. So saturated. They're gonna start, like, and this is, I think, why they tried to make Radiance a thing. Because they saw this problem developing as well. I don't think Radiance quite solves it, to be honest, but there's just too many, like, resources in this game, I feel like. You have to manage so many things. I mean, all stuff you can pay for with real money, right? So More moolah. Dude, what is the math behind Yondu's arrow causing rupture and not bleed? I don't know why they made that change. Does make him significantly better, though. And my eyes are like mega dry. Maybe I should keep some like eye drops at my desk for streaming. Dude, that's like kind of try hard though. Then I could also get some of those like smelling salts to like wake myself up if I ever need to pick me up. Are you the only one? No, not Widow. I think a lot of people that don't like Tigra mostly just don't really know how to play Tigra or can't play her well. I mean, I don't want to sound douchey or anything, but I think it's honestly mostly a skill issue. Because, like, objectively speaking, she is just a good champion. She's just difficult to play at a high level, where she is a great champion. So, like, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Tigra. Like, I'm right in that camp with you. But I will acknowledge it's the fact that I just don't really know how to play her. Which, you know, big ups to people that are good with Tigra. It kind of bummed me out, though, because the, like, Dark Phoenix Saga crystal thing, I got a 7-star Tigra, and, like, I would have much rather had Nick Fury or APOC. But it's rough to feel that way, because there's also so many players that probably would kill for Tigra, because she's so good. Me, personally, couldn't care less, honestly. She's just arena fodder on my roster, honestly. Maybe one of these days I should actually learn how to play Tigra. A lot of it is just knowing specific interactions with defenders. Yeah, I got I-Bomb, which I was pretty happy with, though, at the very least. So I'll take it. But yeah, I was definitely hunting APOC more than any other champion in those crystals. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come away with him. I'm a huge Apocalypse enjoyer. Not even necessarily for his debuffs. I just really like the fact that you can't shrug his debuffs. I think that's a really powerful ability to have. Hit up FinTech. He's a master of Tiger. I don't know if he'd even listen to me, Vernon. Dude, I'm a small fry. He's so good at the game. I don't know if there's any amount of Tigra, like, sensei knowledge that could let me play that champion. It just requires so much time in the lab, because you have to know the spacing to be able to heavy punish, like, every special in the game, it feels like. Which is kind of cool. I mean, it adds a lot of depth that I feel like this game doesn't have for every champion. Was it FinTech who won the last, like, Summoners Fest, like, tournament thing? Like, Battlegrounds tournament? Wasn't that FinTech? Isn't that guy? I'm not well versed in content creators for this game. Maybe one day when I start working for Kabam, I will be. Just kidding. Oh no, that actually would do a ton of damage if I didn't block it. Actually, wait, if I accidentally put dust on a team, I can just lose that fight and then the game won't crash. You bought a... Oh my... You gotta save the units, Widow. We got Cyber Monday rolling around the corner. I mean, you do you, though. You do you. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I don't even remember who FinTech played. I just remember I think he won. 6-star white Magneto. Nice. Pretty solid. I mean, the star rarity doesn't really matter. A lot of people use him for his pre-fight, I feel like. When is Cyber Monday this year? I actually don't know. Let's look. It's the, let's see, is it the Monday after Black Friday or is it the Monday week of Black Friday? Do you guys know? And then we can look it up. Because I think it was the, isn't it the Monday after Black Friday? Okay. That's what I thought. That being said, I mean, the Cyber Monday deals will probably start the week before, I bet. Kind of like the July 4th deals went live, like, in June. They'll want to milk it all they can. I bet they start the Monday prior to actual Cyber Monday, honestly. Although, maybe not. I could be wrong. I don't really know when they've started in the past. Let me see if, let's do some research here, guys. Let me open the old web browser. Okay, MCOC Cyber Monday. Let's see. So this is the forum from last year. They started on the 29th. When is Black Friday? Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, I don't know, man. Now, I would anticipate they wouldn't go live on the actual Monday. I bet they would go live on, like, that week, like the Black Friday week. I feel like it would be a tactical error to do it actually on Cyber Monday. I feel like people always are itching for this kind of stuff. You know, the earlier you do it, I think you can get people on the hook a little easier. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the week of Black Friday. Maybe like the 26th. They could just come out on Black Friday. Anyway. Probably around there. Maybe. Maybe around there. I'm no expert, though. I mean, dude, mobile games and stuff, they, like, crunch the numbers so hard and play the psychological game so hard to, like, maximize profit from microtransactions. I guarantee you there's some kabam, like, Einstein big brain team that's like, okay, if we launch it on this Tuesday, we're going to get the most money. So I bet there's stuff like that happening in kabam. And they have a number set already. There's a crazy amount of, like, psychological manipulation that goes on with mobile games. I don't even think we know the half of it. Hey, good luck on 100%ing Act Day, Widow. Get you some extra units back that way, man. Also, now that you're Valiant, don't forget that you can claim a Valiant Daily Crystal off of the Kabam web store. That's a really good resource. And you can get a weekly, since we just refreshed the week. The Reunion Crystal. Which I unfortunately am sorry to report, guys. I only got 6-star shards from today, so we won't have a crystal to open, unfortunately. Dude, it's like only my right eye that's like really dry. It's kind of odd. Why there's so many 7 stars in the data? It's just again, like we were talking about earlier, Widow. It's like a psychological manipulation thing. It wants to make you think that it's loaded with 7 stars, so that you think your chances are a little bit higher than they actually are, so that you'll come back every day to claim that crystal. It's really cheesy and dumb because you'll like basically never land on the 7 star, but that's why they do it. It is kind of a hassle, Spidey. I've just gotten into the habit of like, before I start streaming for the day, I'll just go claim it so that I have something to open if I need to. I do miss the ease of like having it in the actual game. I think it's a little bit manipulative to make people go to their web store just to claim a daily crystal that we used to be able to claim for free. I'm not a huge fan of that. Although, like, that crystal is crazy power. Like, it's crazy good, so. Yeah, I pop them up and usually as well. It's not worth it. I mean, you're never going to get the 7 star. I think it's like 1 out of 1,000 is like the rates or something crazy. But it is just like, it is just really worth getting. You can get like fully formed tier 6 basic and 5,000 7-star shards. E-Bizzle. Wait, dude, are you like my evil twin? E-Bizzle, B-Dizzle, what? That's crazy. Am I free to play? To a point, yeah. I would say majority. I've never bought like the in-game offers. Like I've never purchased an Odin or anything like that. The extent of my money spending has been a couple bucks like the year this came out because I was a child and I really wanted a 4-star. And then ever since that, I bought like 2 plat passes and that's it. I think that actually is every transaction I made for this game. So I would say mostly, although I'm not like a free-to-play purist like Brian Grant is. Unfortunately, I don't have that flex on everybody else, but yeah, I try to keep it to a minimum. If there's like a really, really good deal that rolls around, I'll pull the trigger, but there hasn't really ever been anything that really makes my eyes oogle that much that makes me want to drop $100 or anything. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I hope you're having a good Monday. Yeah, Spidey, it'll make a big difference to your roster. Like, I bet there'll be a lot of rank ups that you'd want to make that you'd actually have the resources for, just if you're getting the daily crystal. Like, the resources in it are actually crazy. Like, it's totally worth claiming every day. Also, if you are spending money in this game, just like, as a disclaimer to all of you guys, spend your money through the web store, dude. You get so many more resources if you do. And it's usually a little bit cheaper. I mean, that's for a reason. It's because all the profits go to Kabam, whereas if you make the purchase, like, on your phone or something, like, say you make a purchase on your iPhone, a percentage of that will go to Apple, because they have to have their hand in every single pot, I swear. But if you buy on the web store, 100% of it goes to Kabam. That's why they are able to give you a little bit more over there. So, especially if you really care about supporting the game, definitely go buy your stuff on the web store. It's going to help the game stay around longer, give Kabam more money, give you more stuff. Totally worth it. And I am not a Kabam paid actor, okay? I'm not. Just so you guys know. I'm just a little streamer guy. There's no behind closed doors deals. I just think you should support the game if you're going to support it. And that's the best way to do it. Yeah, it does. Isn't it like isn't it like Namor's sunken treasure or something like that, Charles? Yeah, for real, Spidey. I mean, the iPhone, to be fair, okay, I'm not like trying to hate everybody that has an iPhone or anything. I do think the innovation has kind of gone pretty downhill for that company. But, I mean, you can't argue with it. They put out a really solid phone. Like, it's just good. Like, I think the iPhone is just all reliable, right? It's pretty user-friendly experience. The hardware in it is pretty good as well. I feel like, and this is a problem with the tech world altogether right now. I feel like innovation is kind of ground to a halt. When I was a kid, dude, it felt like, you know, we went from the transition from buttons to touchscreens. And that was like so dang revolutionary, man. It feels like we haven't had anything that revolutionary since. I think augmented reality might get there, but I don't think we're there yet. As far as like that big of a jump. That's so many units, Charles. It's a lot of money, though. Hey, fellow arena grinder. Nice. Yeah, the summoner sigil tempts me a little bit. Just for the, like, expanded storage. And then Express Arena would be nice as well. But then I remember how much I just hate subscription models. I try to have as few of those as in my life as possible. I do think the Summoner Sigil has pretty good value, though. Especially if you're using it to grind arena and stuff. I never thought they'd make a I don't know why I tried that again. I already did it once. Didn't work. I gotta say, I never saw them paywalling, like making arena pay to win, basically. That was a crazy change. Hey, no worries, WAP. Welcome, dude. Hope you're having a good Monday. Nah, man, I have no Kabam affiliation, okay? Every person that has a revolutionary idea just mysteriously disappears. Dude, that's kind of a conspiracy I believe in. I think what happens a lot too is like people that actually make these good ideas that would put companies or like whole industries in some points out of business. If they don't disappear, the company will just buy their patent or just like offer them loads of money. What's crazy to me is like, and this could have changed, or I could be like slightly misremembering it, but I think it's mostly true, is like the light bulb conspiracy, where companies make light bulbs suboptimally so that they actually will go out so that you have to buy new light bulbs. Otherwise, it would be a company or like an area that would put itself out of business. That's one conspiracy I wholeheartedly believe, and that's kind of in the same vein of like, people that have really good inventions either disappear or I think they just sell out. I think that is far more common than you may think. But yeah, it's crazy. I think I remember, I swear I remember reading somewhere that we don't actually have the original, like, filament recipe that Edison used, like, to make his longest lasting light bulb. Or something like that. Because I think there were light bulbs that he had made that like stayed lit ridiculously long amounts of time, but we don't use them because they would save too much money, and then big light bulb would get put out of business. And I think that one's like fairly provable. I think that's actually legit. I mean, it's good business. You don't want to make something too good, right? That's why a lot of things that are manufactured nowadays are just made to break. It's crazy to me. Like, I used to deliver appliances to people's homes, and you would be packing out people's old appliances, and they'd be like, yeah, this puppy's 30 years old. It's still going strong, right? And then they get a new, like, chest freezer, and you're taking it away, and it's like, yeah, this thing only lasted 5, maybe 10 years. And they, like, it's true, man. I know it's cliche, but they don't build them like they used to. Josh, the light bulb thing is proven history. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't want to misspeak or anything. Yeah, I know light bulbs are definitely made to be garbage. Or like just barely good. 100k units by the end of the year is quite a lofty goal, but I think it's doable, Ebizzle. I hope you get lucky on your arena crystals, man. The battle chips are where it's at. Yeah, Spidey, the cancer conspiracies, like, are interesting to me. The thing I question, okay, and, like, I'm not a medical professional, okay? Just, like, disclaimer. We were able to throw together an experimental vaccine for a disease that was closer to the common flu or cold, right? Like, that would just... And we did it in, like, a month or two. Yet, we have gobs of money that have just been poured into cancer research, and there's nothing to show for it. Like, there's, like, certain drugs for, like, treating cancer. Like, I think if you get cancer, I think your lifespan is probably a little bit better than it used to be. But the fact that we haven't developed a cure for that, or, like, it's kind of insane to me, actually. It does make me, like, kind of raise my eyebrows a little bit. I feel like ever since I've been a kid, that was, like, the charity, right? If you wanted to donate, it was to the Cancer Foundation, Breast Cancer Awareness, or, like, Cancer Research Foundation. Like, I'm just shocked that we don't have more headway in that area, honestly. And I know it can be a tricky disease, because it's not necessarily like a virus you can point out or anything. But I feel like with how big-brained some of humanity's best and brightest are, surely, right? Like, surely we could have figured something out. There's some Edison bulbs that still work to this day. Isn't there one in, like, a firehouse? Or like an old firehouse, Josh. There's something like that. There's also a battery, I think, that has, like, worked super long and nobody really knows how. When you dig into, like, a lot of the power companies and stuff, that's a pretty wide, like, rabbit hole to go down. Hey, thank you, Charles. That was for you, man. Just like with Nikola Tesla and stuff, dude, it's all so interesting to me. So interesting. Like, the fact that Nikola Tesla was, like, wanted to make electricity free for everybody, right? And then all of a sudden, when he has that free electricity idea, all of a sudden, all his funding is pulled, and, like, he's basically just shamed into being homeless and poor, which is really unfortunate. That man is brilliant. And then there's a bunch of conspiracies about his, like, missing designs and, like, all these briefcases that had, like, Nikola Tesla blueprints and stuff in it. Dude, it's some wild stuff, man. Nikola Tesla, by the way, probably one of my biggest heroes. I really think he's an incredible human. I've read a couple books on him. His life is really sad. He's literally, like, the suffering from success meme. Like, he was too smart. And so people didn't want to, like, I don't know, fund a lot of his things, I feel like. I think I like Jabari Panther the most, Charles. I actually do. Every time I use Jabari in Arena, I do kind of think to myself that she'd be good at rank 4. The bleed damage is really solid, honestly. And then the cleanse is really nice to have access to. That being said, Nikola Tesla did have some, like, incredibly weird inventions. Like, he was trying to talk to dead people at some point. Which, like, I don't know, maybe it would have worked. Although I can guarantee if I was an investor and I saw somebody, like, wanting to make a spirit phone, I'd be like, yeah, maybe not. This guy might be off his gourd. That's one thing, dude. You know what? If, like, heaven is real and all that stuff, when I die, I want to know, okay? I want to know what kind of conspiracies we're talking about that are like actually legit. My goat, Venom the Duck. Bodied. Jabari is your pride and joy. Also, like, pretty uncommon. Like, I think you definitely see Hulk and Sassy. I think Jabari is a little bit more of a rare rank up. Thanks, Stray Wap. Speaking of which, dude, that Solvark video I made. Thanks for everyone being in the stream during that, by the way. But it, I think it's my record now. I think that's my most viewed YouTube video, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it better be. I put so much work into getting that Venom the Duck solo, it's actually kind of silly. Do you sense that I will rank for Venom the Duck? No. Maybe one day, but not with how common rank 4 resources are currently. If they were more abundant, I would actually think about it. I think it's cool having a champion that, like, has access to so many different things and then can, like, keep them through the quest. And you can control how much of that buff or whatever they have. Because, like, if you're in a quest where you need big regen, you store a bunch of the regens, bang, you're good. Like, you get low, his regen can get pretty wild with just a few stacks. Or if you need big damage. I think Venom the Duck is, like, actually pretty fun. I just don't think he has quite the health pool that he would need. He feels like he just takes a little bit too much damage. But also the Cosmic class is crazy good, and Venom the Duck is not at the top. The light bulb company is meant to agree to limit the light bulb's lifetime? Okay, I didn't know that, Josh. That's crazy. And that's, like, verifiable, huh? Dude, I think you should rank for Onslaught, honestly. Or, yeah, I think Tigra if you're really good at her. That's crazy, Josh. Also, I haven't looked at this fight at all, other than my peripheral vision, so... hopefully we can take it home. One robot to another. I gotta ask, what is the love for Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, by the way? I did notice that, but I was wondering where it came from, because that's not a champion people usually like to invest in. Do you, like, use him for Photon or something? Or you just like Daredevil as a character? He's just the GOAT? Ah, I got you. Dun, dun, dun. I think that's sick, dude. That's like, I love when people have ranked up champions that, like, everybody has forgotten about. Feel like they don't do anything. Oh, not that. Yeah, no, he definitely is, Charles. Like, by a factor of 10, I would say. Like, I never see, like, for instance, okay, I never see people post about Jabari being bad. But I feel like you see posts slandering Daredevil all the time. Like, left and right, man. People just think he's so bad, it's hilarious. But I mean, dude, when your competition is like Shang-Chi, Pit Monkey, Bullseye. I can definitely see where the negative sentiment comes from. This one's for you, Widow. The Misty Knight. A lot of people think he's a worse version of Kingpin. I mean, hey, say what you want, man, but do we have a 7-star Kingpin? Nope. So who's laughing now? And we may not see a 7-star Kingpin for a lot longer because Zemo decided to take this slot for skill this time around. Okay, wait. It's not 100% chance that she goes invisible when you parry her? Huh? Please kill. Beautiful. Mid champs like Spider. Zemo becoming a 7-star, I don't really have feelings on it because I've never really used Baron Zemo. I ranked him up when I got him as a 6-star just based on hype. And then I never actually used him for anything. I think he can be annoying on defense if you're not bleed immune though. That might he'll probably be a pretty good defensive champion. Offense as well. Sticking those permanent bleeds is really strong. And they can really ramp up. That being said, none of them are as good as Joaquin. Oh, look at this damage. Look at these numbers, dude. You're dead. Boom. Yeah, special twos are nice. Oh, what's up, Stud? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Sorry I missed your entrance. Whack Keen. Nah, dude. Goat Keen Torres, man. I didn't even know Civil Warrior was available as a 7-star, actually. Massacre. That's such a sick name, by the way. Oh no, he's gonna throw the special too. Or is he? Yeah, he is. Nah, dude, they need to buff War Machine. That's who they should buff. Although I think they... Didn't they kind of, like, give him a pseudo buff a while ago? I don't know who I'd want the most out of all the recent buffs, actually. Yeah, I can... I'll open Discord real quick. Probably Viv Vision, though. I've never been able to use Viv Vision really at any rarity. Those other champions are old enough that I've used them at some point in time. Viv, I've never used. Definitely a Daredevil fan. Oh, yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Guys, look, this is WAP's Daredevil collection. I hope that's okay. I'm showing that on stream. I mean, you sent it in a public Discord server, so. That's pretty sweet, though. You got to get you a set of, oh my gosh, what? You got to get you some, like, nunchucks and stuff. Then you'll be like a true gamer. Okay, that's what I thought, stud. Dude, there's so many changes that have been made in this game throughout the years. I have such a senior moment trying to like recall all of them. And that was a lot of fury damage. Holy cow. What are we doing Friday? I don't know. It depends on what the people say. I have the options. I posted the poll up, by the way. If you guys would, if you could head over to my YouTube profile and vote on the poll for what we're going to play on Friday, that would be greatly appreciated. If you're anti-poll, no worries. But I would appreciate your feedback. Also, that's a weird thing to be against, but hey, each their own. Oh, arcade, you're so fun. Ant-Man, unironically, a good arcade counter, though. Be better if I had a relic. He'd be dead right there. Easy peasy. He was looking into 3D printed Daredevil Hell's Kitchen Billy Clubs? Dude, I got you. I got a 3D printer in the back. I'll hook you up. It's so old now, though. By the way, guys, 3D printers are such a fun investment. If you have the ability to, definitely invest in one. It's so cool to just, like, be able to make whatever you feel like, really. That being said, I don't use it as much as when I initially bought it, but that's because I've already 3D printed most of the things I wanted. Oh yeah, I forgot Cool Obsidian got a slight change too, huh? Cold damage has always looked crazy, stud. I don't know that has anything to do with the buff. When he gets his, like, overpower buff after he's got his, like, cool charges and stuff, like, it's nuts, dude. He can go through a realm, like, really, really quickly. But that being said, I mean, that's, like, what he's good for. He's not very... What would I say? He doesn't have a lot of HP, and his block is really bad. I would imagine being a 7-star would help that a little bit. See, look at how choppy the game is when you fight with Isophene. Like, look, I just lose frames for some reason. So for some reason, the PC client has bugged Dust, Northstar, and Isophene. Like, Isophene just lags the game for some reason. It's so weird, man. Hawkeye actually has a crazy amount of utility. He's just his damage isn't there. Hawkeye is like the perfect like new player champion, I feel like. I think that's what they were going for. He's just really new player friendly. No. I mean, Cole might cook for Battlegrounds, though. I don't know. Probably not, though. Probably not. Stat focus and the new relics. Yeah, they'll help to a point. I don't know if it's enough, though. Like, it's noticeably lower, stud. We'll have to see once those things are widely had by most of the player base. But like Cole's block proficiency and health pool is actually just abysmal. It doesn't matter if you're not getting hit though. His kit does kind of cater more to the parry heavy, kind of like parry combo playstyle. So that you can apply his armor breaks though. That's what makes Cole so annoying, right? Is like the way you want to play Cole Obsidian, he's just bad at because he takes so much chip damage. Bingo, bango, bongo. Oh my gosh. Wait, is Beta Ray Bill bugged too? Ah, I can't win with this game. Oh, gosh dang it, dude. I hate everything. Alright, it's okay. That's alright. We just need to be patient and wait for the game to actually close in the background. So, everybody start a campfire, bust out the s'mores. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. Despite having literal shield, he's the worst block proficiency than Kate Bishop. Yeah. Here, let me show you guys the big numbers for Cole Obsidian. Oh, hold on. Right there. Look at that. That's like pretty beefy. Where is that taken from? Is this like the Kabam live stream? Or is that just another YouTuber that has content creator privilege? Look at, like, that's so massive. Like, that's such an insane amount of damage. Like, that's damage cap in most content. But, like, look, guys. Look at the combo. 4 hits. Oh, it's an encyclopedia vid. Nice. Yay, thank you, Authentic Square. Anyway, yeah, he can dish out pretty good. And I mean, that's like a fully juiced out Cole Obsidian, which you don't need. Here's one more. See, look, dude, like, that's Winter Soldier, and this is probably a rank 4 Cole. I don't know if he has ouchies or not in this, but he's already taken 7% damage. I mean, I don't know the background to that. That could have been eating a special attack. But if that's just block damage, then that's not that great. So yeah, he's kind of crazy. All right, let's try and relaunch the game, see if it thinks we're not trying to cheat. I think we've taken adequate time to let the game fully close, but who knows? I know, I've done that before, Tim, but it's still like, it still thinks it's running. It happened last week. I killed it in Task Manager, tried to launch it again, and it was still like, nope, you're running this already. Hey, no worries, Widow. Thanks for dropping by, man. Good luck on your Act 8 exploration. Hope it goes well for you. Ah, man, is Beta Ray Bill another champion I just won't be able to play? That kind of sucks, man. RIP, all the Beta Ray Bill enjoyers out there. At least we get credit for the win. I have to remember, because I'm just kind of like talking and playing at the same time. I'm not even paying attention to which champions I'm using. I'm gonna have to like remember that I can't win if I'm playing Dust. I cannot win. What phone do I play on? Well, right now I'm playing on the PC client eBizzle, but the phone that I play on is the Asus ROG Phone 3. Which, pretty old phone. I think they're up to the ROG Phone like 6 now, maybe 7. But it's a gamer phone that Asus developed, and it has never slowed me down in any game I've played. It has a ridiculous amount of RAM. It's honestly a really good phone. As long as you don't care about the camera is horrible, but like it is snappy. Like I know a lot of people with the newer Samsung phones that my phone can outperform. I definitely recommend going outside of just like mainstream phone buying. Unless you're like locked into the Apple ecosystem, something like that. Because what I've noticed is a lot more of the mainstream phones, like your Galaxy S21 or whatever they are at now. Whenever like they have to put out a new phone every year, it seems like. And because of that, like they are slowing down your phone, or they just are trying less hard to fix bugs associated with that phone. They're constantly putting bloatware on your phone between updates and stuff. At least with my phone currently, it doesn't seem like that's really been a problem. If they become a lot more mainstream than they currently are, which I think is their goal, then I'll probably end up there. But I think gaming phones are the way to go, honestly. If you don't care about picture taking, at least. And dude, the battery lasts like, I mean, it's an old battery, so it dies a little faster now, but when I got it, the battery would last an eternity. Oh, he'll start with the Thanos favor charges in Battlegrounds. Yeah, Cole will probably be pretty good in Battlegrounds then. Only on offense, though. Wait, Hawkeye has a dog? Yeah, Hawkeye's been changed before, yeah. His kid right now is, like, supremely different than it used to be. It used to be Hawkeye would just apply a really long bleed. That was it. His hemorrhage bleed, and then his special one would power drain. Now he, like, counters evade and all this other stuff. Like, depending on synergies you bring to his specials can do different things. He's had quite the glow up. They kept his damage pretty mediocre, unfortunately. That would be sick, dude. I think you could have, like... What would be cool is if he constantly had his dog by his side, and, like, part of his attacks... Because this is a close combat game. Maybe part of his attacks included commanding the dog to, like, go do an attack of some kind. Like, dude, maybe the special 3 could be the dog biting onto the ankle of whoever, and then, like, holding the champion back while Hawkeye just slams him with an arrow of some kind. That would be pretty tight. The new Red Magic phone? I've looked into that company a little bit before, eBizzle. They seem like pretty solid gaming phones, too. I was actually thinking about maybe my newer phone whenever I decide to change. Which I'll change when this phone stops being fast. Which, it's fine now. So, I'm not too worried for a while. But I have looked into upgrading to the Red Magic Pro. It's a little on the pricier side, though. Yeah, I think gamer phones, dude, they're awesome. People in this community, the MCOC community, like to recommend you get an iPhone for the best experience. I don't think that's true at all, actually. It seems like there's more problems on the mainline phones than there are. Like, I've never had a crashing problem with my phone or, like, a lag problem in this game with my phone. I honestly, I think it might be better to stay away from the mainline phones. Are the graphics better? On the PC, yes. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I would assume they're a little bit worse on my phone just because it's so old. I mean, I don't really play MCOC for the graphics much. Like, presumably I'm getting the best graphics possible on my PC, and I don't think it makes that big a difference. At least for me, some people might want more out of that. Your battery does get hot. I think that's mostly just an MCOC problem. I think there's just some sort of weird, I don't know, way they've coded this game that is just particularly CPU intensive or something, and it just crushes phone battery. Because, like, no matter what, like, I've had iPhones before, but they all just, like, MCOC would just cook the battery, dude. It's just something in the game's DNA. Crap, dude, I have to make sure I don't lose this or get better. I'll never watch my stream again. Okay, we pulled it off. We're good. We are good. Oh, I didn't know that, WAP. That's interesting. For the record, guys, I am Team Android. Having had an iPhone, I can say, in my expert opinion, right? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, a lot has changed since I owned an iPhone. But I will say iPhone was better than Android under one condition, and that was that your phone was jailbroken, which I did to all of my Apple devices. You can't, to my understanding, you can't really do it anymore. That technology is, like, Apple's pretty much stopped it from happening. For those of you that don't know what that is, by the way, jailbreaking an iPhone was basically just getting around Apple stopping you from doing what you want in terms of customization. So if I had, like, a jailbroken iPod or iPhone or anything, I mean, I had all of those, you could, like, change the themes of your app icons and stuff, which you can do now, but you couldn't back then. You can download whatever apps from the internet that you really wanted to. There's just a lot more customizable options if you had a jailbroken Apple device. You can't do that anymore. And that is a bummer because you got the best of both worlds. You got the simplicity and the good hardware of Apple mixed with the customizability if it was jailbroken, but now you don't really have that. And that's why I went down the Android path. It was bothering me that if I had, like, an emulator or a third-party app, and you can sideload on Apple, like download third-party apps, they just make it annoying. But you just have so much more freedom with your phone that you purchased and should have full control over if you go Android. So that's why I'm Team Android now. Like, dude, if I want to download sketchy things from the web, let me download sketchy things from the web. I bought it. It's my phone. Although, is it anymore? I mean, Nintendo wants to say that you're actually just renting their consoles, basically, now. So, who knows? Like, dude, I paid for the hardware. If I'm shelling out $1,000 plus, I want to download what I want to download. That's all I'm saying. If I download a virus or something, that's on me. I don't expect you to save me from everything. If I'm going to freegames.com and I'm downloading things, I kind of deserve a virus. Critical thinking is the best antivirus, just so you guys know. Gosh, dude, I'm actually really scared. I already know I'm gonna win a fight when I play Dust. I don't even know how I got here. I've just been ranting about phones. Dude, I wonder if... Okay, so there's, like, touchscreen monitors that you can buy. Or, like, they're computers, like, built-in computers. Like, my wife has one, right? Her monitor, and it's the PC, it's like an all-in-one computer, is a touchscreen. I wonder if I downloaded this game on there, if I could use the touchscreen to control the game. That would be interesting. Dude, another annoying thing about this, I have to make sure I don't take any fights with Dust or North Star. Actually, wait, no. That only matters if I lose. Never mind. Oh, wow. That hit me. Really? Don't they have laptops? I think, yeah. Yeah, they do. They're like small, though. This is like a big, like, desktop computer. Because I think there's like the Windows Surface and stuff. Although they might have, that might be a bad example. I think they might have stopped making that. But I do wonder how those would run this game. Because they would run it. This game isn't that intensive on the hardware side. Like, I have like an objectively bad computer. At least I would say it's objectively bad. And it runs this game just fine. Like, max settings on everything. You know what I would be interested in? Have you guys ever seen any of those streams where people take, like, I mean, this might be dating myself a little bit, but the game Dance Dance Revolution, they'll take the mats that you used to use for that game, and they'll, like, code them or, like, use adapters, and then try and play games with them. I wonder if you could play this game with a dance mat from, like, Dance Dance Revolution. That would be really fun. Like, can you imagine? Okay, I may do this at some point if I can ever find the hardware and software for it. I don't know if I would get banned. If, like, there's probably necessary software I'd have to have open. But, like, if I could use a dance mat and beat Realm of Legends, that would be so epic. That'd probably be infuriating. That'd be so fun to watch, though. Kabam talking about that on stream. Wait, they talked about using a dance mat? That's funny. As soon as they announced this on PC, that's where my brain went to. That, or like people that will just like get a bunch of random buttons and stick them on certain objects and like write their own code for controllers. Like people that are like, I played this game with a loaf of bread. Stuff like that would be so fun. Bongo drums? That'd be so freaking sick. I don't know that that would work. I don't know that you'd have enough inputs with bongo drums. You could definitely play it with like a Guitar Hero guitar. That would be pretty legit, actually. Or like Guitar Hero drums. That would work too. Really, Arcade? You're just gonna throw that for no reason? You psychopath? You're crazy, my man. No, he got that from the rip. I think I'm big dead. Yeah. No, Wiccan, you piece of made of paper. Ugh, dang it. Oh well, it's all good. We keep the win streak, though. That's all that matters. Is that we keep the win streak and the game didn't crash. An NES controller would be pretty sweet, too. Dude, the NES controller is like, what an interesting design decision, right? Like the 3 legs or whatever. I was about to suggest even like an Atari controller, but that would actually work fairly intuitively for a fighting game, I feel like. I don't think there's any sort of way you could work an Atari controller, though, where it would work on modern hardware. Maybe. I mean, I guess you could maybe buy, like, new ones, like, that people would use for emulators. Not like the original Atari hardware, though. I would be surprised if there was a way to make that work on modern hardware. Aw, you suck, Mordo. It always feels so good to dex that special. I love the, like, slowdown mechanic of it. It's awesome. Mr. Negative feels like a champion Charles would rank up. Oh, I thought I got that dex crit. Not really. Well, yeah, no, he's just like the same level of, like, doesn't get the love that I feel like you look for. Surprising. Yeah, that is weird. You like Mr. Negative, but you wouldn't rank him up. That's fair. I think he's kind of fun. Whoa, what in the... Nuh-uh, get out of there, Dr. Doom. Who do you think you are? Oh, no, Dust. Okay, I'm going to try intentionally losing with Dust. And we'll see if it crashes the game or not. For science. I am kind of glad that I actually noticed her. Before I actually took the fight, though. Which means I need to win these 2 first, or I'll lose the streak. No, why didn't you hit the thingy? Is that enough? Yes, it is. You're just that Hulkbuster. Hey, just keep on grinding, brother. You'll eventually be blessed. You'll get Hulkbuster at some point. If you're really desperate, we did see him in like a featured Valiant Crystal a while ago. And I think I've actually seen him since then as well. It seems like maybe he might make an appearance semi-frequently. You always pull the trigger on some crystals, man. That's always really risky, though. Never rely on Valiant features, man. There's one thing I've learned. What are your thoughts on Kindred to rank 4? I mean, I took mine to rank 3 today. I don't know if you were here for that, E-Bizzle. Oh, I can't win this. Hold on. Please don't crash my game. 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Okay, so you just can't win with Dust. That's all. Or lose to Dust on defense. Anyway, that being said, sorry, I know I got really distracted. I think Kindred's a really good champion. I think he's really good, especially if he's awakened on defense. And then I think he's actually a pretty good threat on offense for a lot of matchups against the Cosmic class. I've taken Serpent with him a few times. I've taken Maestro with Kindred a few times. He seems to do pretty well. Aw, dang it. So yeah, I mean, I think there's an argument to be had for other Mystic champions over him, but I don't think that taking Kindred to rank 4 would necessarily be a mistake. I think just the lack of... I mean, there are champions that are resistant to degeneration, but I think the lack of people that deal with degen damage is probably going to keep him relevant as a defender for quite a while. And then I think his kit will always have use offensively too. That's just my personal opinion though. Yeah, never, I mean, you guys know my opinion. I don't think you should ever spend units on Valiant crystals or Paragons. Or crystals ever. I mean, they're never worth buying with units, to be honest. Unless they're like banquet crystals. Yeah, the incursions crystal is just kind of a bummer because I feel like you earn incursion artifacts so slow. I know you don't. That's mostly just comes from me not playing incursions that much. So I'm kind of my own worst enemy in that regard, but I don't know. For me, incursions kind of like, it's fun to do once in a while. Like a lot of times I enjoy the saga incursions. Anything outside of that though, it's so empty for me. They're definitely in the long list of things that I wish Kabam would buff slightly. Or change. You take Isophene for Serpent? Yep, she does work. I think, yeah, she was probably created... I mean, she was like... Man, was she? Other than Chavez, she was like the original Serpent counter, I feel like. Was Kushala out by then, though? Maybe Kushala was still there. Never mind. She was definitely made to directly, like, hard counter Serpent. For sure. He was wreaking havoc. I just wish she was maybe a little bit tougher, is all. The Serpent counter is Spiral. I mean, they just kind of went rapid fire with adding Serpent counters eventually. They realized he was way too busted. There was already pretty negative backlash on Serpent, especially when they decided not to change his kit at all. That was insane behavior. No, the real Serpent counter now is Nico, for sure. Nico is a Serpent melt machine. Or just, like, insert buff heavy Cosmic Champion here, melt machine. Shathra, yeah, I mean, we just have a lot more options now for Serpent, dude. But isn't that crazy that they made a champion that was, like, that OP? They had to spend, like, half the champions after that release just trying to, like, balance this champion. It's so funny, dude. Well, I mean, you could make an argument that... Wouldn't Claire... I mean, she also has buff immunity. She just wouldn't be that good. Not compared to Nico. I think Claire would also stop death immunity, right? Unless it's, like, not the buff immunity that stops it, and it's, like, part of her base kit. I'm not really familiar with Nico's kit, other than the fact that she has buff immunity. Dude, Wong is also pretty good. for Serpent. Not fast, though. You're off to bed? Hey, thanks for dropping by, Charles. Hope you have a good one, man. Make sure to like the stream on your way out. Be greatly appreciated. That being said, too, if you're hanging out in the chat, you're liking what you're watching, please do drop a like and subscribe if you're not already. I try not to drone on and on about that per stream, but I do have to mention it. It does help the stream grow a lot, the more likes we get and the more subscribers we get. So any help would be greatly appreciated, guys. Yeah, have a good night. Hope I see you tomorrow, man. Sweet dreams and all that, whatever. Hopefully your pillow's the perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cold for you. Go Rocket. I wonder what kind of numbers a rank 4 Rocket Raccoon would throw when he's like in his like combo where he crits a ton. Man, I love seeing 6 stars in Arena. That's nice. Makes life good. Hey, speaking of Kindred. Dude, can you imagine how bad Serpent would be if his buffs were passives instead of actual just buffs? Like, would he even, like... He'd be so hard to counter. Oh boy, that's a lot of degen damage. Stay away from me. Oh, I'm gonna be dead. No, you're gonna be dead. Oof, that's close. And the melting that was done by the degeneration. Holy cow. Holy cow, that's not even a rank 5 Kindred. Anyway, that answers the Kindred question. I think he's really good. That's why you don't like Kindred? Yeah, dude, he just gets so much free damage. He will be banned. Nah, dude, he's balanced. What do you mean? I was actually super thrilled when I first time duped Kindred. He's definitely not, like, at all the threat that he would be without his dupe. Dude, why are we fighting so many arcades tonight? That's what I want to know. So weird. Oh, now you don't go for me, Rip. Oh, Rip. I didn't know there was a hit there. Dude, Overseer is kind of playing himself because I don't want him to throw specials, but I have to heavy him, right, to get his charges down. But heavying him places taunt. So I'm like playing myself. Oh my gosh, that looked really cool. Okay, we're good. Havoc is a great Okoye counter? Oh, yeah. Yep. Havoc is a good counter for a lot of champions, I think. The game has gone really happy lately with champions that do energy-based attacks and damage. That's why they released Cassandra Nova when they did. Because she punishes a lot of energy. Or wait. Yeah, Cassandra and, or not Cassandra, Solvark, I mean. But Havoc, like, gets the same buffs, right? Like, he's really good against energy. But yeah, Okoye usually not typically hard. Definitely true, Spidey. I still remember, like, the first time I fought Havoc, I didn't really know how he worked, and I just, you know, I was kind of in my bulldozing through story content phase. I tried to do that fight with Human Torch, let me tell you, doesn't work. Can confirm you will get slaughtered. To be honest, I still don't know 100% know how Havoc works, other than you don't want to let him throw a special 1. You want to prefer to do special 2. And then you want to use a champion with armor up buffs and not energy-based attacks. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time. And that's got me pretty good. I mean, I don't really... Not really bothered with Havoc now. Nimrod? Dude, Nimrod is such a beast. I love Nimrod so much. I would be absolutely heartbroken if they released Nimrod as a 7-star in the same way they did Human Torch. I don't know what I would do. That would be such a hard, like, thing for me to swallow. Knowing that I would probably never get a 7-star Nimrod for, like, another year or 2. He's just fun to use, man. And his shocks are so beefy. Oh, I guess I didn't dash back. Ooh. Soup's on. Whoa, what is this cup design? Welcome to McDonald Land? Wait, what? You kill me. How many are there? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, hun. Sad. Okay, sorry, I'm back. My wife brought me in Mickey D's, so you guys get an eating stream real quick after this fight. Basically, Tech Torch, yeah, that's a pretty accurate description, I think. That was a lot of damage. Do I grind for new champions or wait for the featured? Okay, so I just play arena for units. I haven't gone for like the actual arena champion since the game released because, quite frankly, I see no reason to throw my life away and time away for a 6-star champion. That but as far as like if I want a new champion, I pretty much just wait until they're in the Titan and hope I get lucky. Hope I get lucky, man. I wish I could whale out. That'd be sweet. Also, I'm gonna eat my McDonald's real quick. So yeah, I pretty much just wait for the Titan. As far as 6 stars go, I don't open features anymore. I just open the basic. I don't know. I usually just use 6-star champions more for ISO, and then if I need more 7-star shards, I'll pop them open. Nothing more reliable than a McDonald's employee and not knowing how to put sauce on a burger. Dude, can you imagine if you're new to the stream and you just like came in and I'm just like hammering down McDonald's burgers? It'd be so uncomfortable. On the bright side, as long as I can remember, I've eaten like way too fast. Can't tell you how many times my mom would yell at me, but caters well to streaming. Unless you guys really like the food ASMR.
be like 2 seconds.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Man's got to eat and all that. But, and yes, I did just smash down 4 hamburgers. Thanks for asking. I'm a growing boy. And hey, the burgers off the value menu aren't very big, okay? Pro tip, by the way, I've said this before. If you're going the route of McDonald's, get the like cheap value menu burger, have them take off the ketchup and mustard, and have them add mac sauce. Oh, it's so good. So good, man. You can only do it if you talk to a person, though. From what I've found, you can't do that order on the app or through their little like touchscreen kiosk things. So you may have to ruin a worker's day by having him be your cashier, but it's worth it. Also, welcome to the stream, Zemo. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you had a solid weekend. McDouble and McChicken or a quarter pounder. That's a pretty solid combo, too. I like the McChicken. Yeah, there's not much going on now, Spidey, in the game. Until Crucible and, like, the StatCast relics. Also, just, like, off season for Battlegrounds. Yeah, I found, dude, like, and you pay less than you would for, like, a #1 large combo. You just get, like, the small burgers. Gotta make sure it's the hamburgers, not the cheeseburgers, though. Yeah, today will probably be a shorter stream, I think, just because there's not a lot going on in the game right now. It looks like they fixed defensive relics. Because I think after he hit into my block with the Valkyrie one, he should have got a Fury. Oh, unless it's not ranked up, right? Come on, Nick. Really? Yeah, school will do that to you, man. I don't need to feel pressured either if you just don't have the energy to hop in the stream. No worries, man. I've been thinking about adding a couple other mods as well, so. No worries. That's what I'm worried about, like, because right now, I don't have a job. That's what I'm worried about, like, when I re-enter the job force, man, like, I do not want to come home and be so tired that I don't feel like I can stream, because I'm loving it right now, man. Like, we've been meeting a lot of new people lately. The streams have been popping pretty well. I've also just been the most consistent in my life than I ever have been with streaming, and to be honest, it's felt great, dude. And I'm worried that if I go out and get a job, like a full-time job, that's going to just cook me. Although I need to. I mean, this isn't paying bills, unfortunately. Apparently you decided to pick up the hardest classes ever. You're surprised when the work is hard. Yeah. Hey, but those hard classes are worth it, though. Most of the time, unless the teachers or professors or whatever just make it hard for no reason. Like, if the teachers or professors are reasonable and just like the subject matter is something that's difficult, that I can get by on, you know? Because like looking back on my schooling, like both in college and in high school, I think the subjects I retained the most were from teachers that a lot of people considered difficult. Because it really forced you to learn the material, right? But, like, I don't know, the teacher also has to be good at, even though they're difficult, still teaching the subject. Like, I remember taking calculus, and I just thought the teacher teaching it was, like, horrible at their job. And calculus is very confusing. Or it can be if you don't have a good teacher. So that, I don't really recall a lot of it, right? But like in college, I had what I would say a fairly difficult psychology teacher. And I feel like I've actually retained a surprising amount of psychology that I learned in that class. And then I knew some friends that had a notoriously difficult physics teacher. And they've retained all of that still. It is kind of crazy what like the right teacher can do. I just think most teachers just mail it in, though. Unfortunately. Oh, dang. Good timing, man, thing. I think I'm gonna die. I will say, though, physics was really enjoyable. I didn't have the teacher a lot of my friends did. My physics teacher was way cooler. That subject is fascinating. You'll have to do calculus in college? Yeah, I've actually heard a lot of people say, at least, I guess every college is different, but I know the college I went to, I heard a lot of people say that math was a lot easier in college than it was in like grade school. I miss college, actually. I don't know if I'll ever go back. It was fun. I just wish college wasn't so dang expensive, man. On the bright side, Spidey, there's a lot of colleges now that do this, but there's like a placement test you can take when you get to college. And there's potential that you can actually just test out of math entirely. Like my plan was, and I never actually got to execute this because I just decided college wasn't for me before then. But my plan was to actually just study math on my own, like self-teach it, so that I could use my college hours for other classes to get my degree a little bit faster, and then just test out of math entirely, because that would be the free route, because I would just take that placement test, and then, boom, I'm done with math. But I never actually did that. It would have worked, though. I don't think math is super awful, honestly. I've always been pretty good at it. I just don't enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, and most colleges too, right? Like if it's a big lecture with like 100+ students in it, they don't check to see if it's on your schedule. Like if you have free time and you want to take that route of just like not actually paying for a math course and testing out of it, you can just walk into those lectures. Nobody asks any questions. Like, I attended a couple lectures for classes that weren't mine. What's my favorite Disney movie? I actually don't know. I would need to look up a list. It would probably be one of the older Disney movies. National Treasure. We talked about that before. National Treasure probably get better. You could maybe teach yourself calculus next semester after pre-cal. Yeah. I didn't mind pre-cal. Pre-cal was actually fairly fun, but calculus, like, I think the teacher just couldn't teach me, man. Part of the problem for that too, okay? In high school, I was in like an advanced engineering course where we would travel to like a completely different school to take actual just like engineering classes. That's where I took my physics class as well. That's why I think it was a little bit higher tier than your normal physics. But part of that, and like the timing, because there was some good travel distance between the two schools, is I would have to leave certain classes early. And for some reason, my Einstein of a counselor or whoever plans the schedules put calculus in the time slot that I would just like miss entirely some days. Because I wouldn't go to this other school every single day of the week. It was just a few times. But I mean, that's enough. If you're consistently missing like 2-3 days of calculus and you're missing like the new principles they taught that day, you're cooked. And the teacher wasn't able to really make that up, nor was I willing to just self-teach myself calculus in high school. So I just dropped out. I was like, I'll take it in college. Because the college level engineering classes were more important to me. Yeah, counselors kind of suck. But to be fair, I mean, they got to manage a ton of people, Spidey. That job would be like a little harder than you'd think because you have to work so much magic on like moving everybody's schedule around to try and accommodate everybody. And I think that would be part of the job, is just accepting that you couldn't accommodate everybody. Cars is Pixar, but doesn't Disney own Pixar now? I think they do. They? Yeah, because Disneyland has Cars Land, so I think that counts as Disney now. I would say it does. Cars is a pretty elite franchise as well. Dang, I'm so close to being able to do this all in one go. I just need a few more 7-star teams. We are golden, dude. To be honest though, Spidey, and I mean like, you probably already have plans for your future and like what you'll study in college. If I could go back and do it over again, I would probably go to a trade school. I think largely college like is getting less and less important for getting certain jobs, unless you're in the STEM field. If you want to go into like engineering, math, science, any of the sciences, college is like still the only way you can go. Outside of that, dude, I just think with all the advancements in technology, you can self-teach so much now. But dude, trade schools, like, I really wish I had listened to the older people that were telling me trade schools were like a sneaky good option when I was a kid. Which, by the way, if I get a job, I'm looking for like a plumbing apprenticeship. Like, I'm planning to go to trade school. That's what worries me about streaming. I don't know if I'll have time to do it, which I don't know if I'm willing to give up streaming, to tell you the truth, but that's a side topic. Anyway, I just think like the way AI is going and stuff, trade school and like trade adjacent jobs are going to be safe for a while. If you want to go into like computer programming kind of stuff, I think you're smoked straight up. Like anything digital, even like video editing, all that kind of stuff, I think you're just going to get replaced. And if you don't get replaced, you're going to have a really hard time finding a job because other people are getting replaced and they'll be flooding the job market that you're trying to get a job in. Like, but dude, the statistics are crazy, okay? Listen to this. Like, for every 7 construction worker retiring, there's like 3 replacing them. There is borderline nobody that wants to go into those trades. Yeah, HVAC, electricians, plumbers. And you know what? No one will tell you, because a lot of academia is so hooked on trying to get people to streamline and go to college so that the colleges can make more money. They don't push the trades enough, like at all, okay? You make good money, okay? Don't let people convince you that you have to go to college to get a good job. That is just fundamentally untrue. Like, trade schools, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not the fount of all knowledge, okay? But, like, in my opinion, I think trade schools are probably the best route you can take if you want a higher education nowadays. Like, I know a lot of, and you don't even have to own your own company either. Like, I know a lot of plumbers, due to some of the jobs I've had in the past, and their salaries get pretty up there, man. Like, pretty up there. And I think that job is only going to get more and more in demand. Like I was saying, like, there's just not enough people going into the trades, even now. Like, but I will tell you this, okay? Initially, I went to college for biological engineering because I think biology and science is really interesting and really cool. And I feel like I have the mind of an engineer for most things. But I would walk to the building where they would have all the engineering classes, hundreds of people, all the, like, I don't know if it's still the case. I would assume it is. A lot of those kinds of fields are just going to be so saturated in the future, like when all those people get their degrees and stuff. And that's just my personal opinion, but I think it'd be hard to find a job. Whereas, like, if you get a plumbing certificate or degree or whatever, like, you can get a job pretty quick. And if you can't get a job, you can work for yourself, which is even better. That's just my 2 cents, though. I mean, obviously, do whatever you think is best for you, man. Hey, who knows? If we make it big, you can just be my mod, and I'll just pay you. Pay you for being my moderator, right? Just kidding. We'd have to make it massive for that. Oh, boy. Dude, we'd have to be, like, big-time streamer energy. I have to do this daily, don't I? Hopefully we can win the first round. Because I do not want to play Battlegrounds. It does nothing for me but a daily quest. Okay. Yes, get an LLC. Or are you talking about me, eBizzle? Or are you... I gotta make money from this first. This guy has a good roster. That's kind of a chunky red skull. I don't really want to deal with that. I'm gonna ban red skull. Or I'm not. Okay, that's fine. It wouldn't let me click the button. You better hop in and do them, Spidey. It's you're missing out on Summoner Fest points. Excuse me. We draft Warlock because he's insane, and Bastion because he's a bullseye counter. Oh, thank you for the optimism, Wap. I'm a believer too, man. I'm a believer, yeah, 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 yeah. Make him draft the bullseye counter as well. I guess he could use Serpent. I appreciate the view, man. Thank you, App. What are you cooking, dude? It's a bit late to cook. Well, I guess I don't know where you live. Bishop? I'm gonna draft Piggy for Kindred, I think. Dude, I love French toast, man. It's so good. My wife told me that came out of the Depression. Like, people would just, like, soak their bread in eggs, and that's where it came from. Which, to be honest, it makes you a little bit more grateful and, like, appreciative for the Depression because, dude, that... Like, French toast is so good. That was kind of a rough draft for me. I didn't get a single serpent counter. That is really unlucky. Bishop, huh? And then, of course, he has red skull counter. Breakfast for dinner is goated. 100%. I think maybe I just do Medusa. I try and get the fight done really quick before I die. Don't really have a good counter for Bishop. He's gonna throw a special one into block. I already know it. That's like Bishop. It's like what he does. Oh, I texted a little early. Oh, okay, we're good. No, I was so close. Ah, I thought I had enough juice. I could have medium, light, medium, maybe. I'm so dead. Wait, no? Ah, that's so sad, dude. If, like, one of those would have crit, he was dead. E for effort, though, man. Kindred works for a Serpent. He'll need to make a mistake. Dude, what annoys me about that is, like, my adrenaline was up to, like, 30%. But since I didn't, like, hit into him enough while he was alive, I don't get that health back. I hate that when you just end the match, it's gone. Hey, Garvit, what's up, man? You excited for Crucible? Coming soon, dude. Coming soon. Oh my gosh, he made a mistake. You love to see it. Love you, dude. Thank you. The bleed, yeah. Yep, I was hoping that, like, just one special 2 would kill her, though. I have 80 revives, Garvit. A couple of them expire tomorrow, though. Okay, now here's my issue, right? Wait, actually, hold on. This is genius. Because I'm going to bait out his Beta Ray Bill, and then he won't have a Red Skull counter. Trust me. I am giga-braining this. No, Serpent. I don't have a Serpent counter at all. I guess the Pig, because he used Kindred for attack. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, we're going to be able to use Red Skull then. I don't know if it'll be enough to take home the Dubskis, but we'll try. Oh yeah, we're totally dying. Can he get bypass the untouchable? I should try that. Come on, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it! Why are you coward? Throw a special attack! Come on! Oh my gosh, really? Okay, we can't block it even though I'm untouchable, okay. I mean, I should probably just die. I mean, I already know Beta Ray Bill mops the floor with Warlock anyways. No, he's such a genius, dude. The AI is cracked out of its mind. Oh, well. $100. Hey, you don't know, Spidey. Yeah, I told you guys. It can feel sometimes, like, boring, but it's worth. Friendly, I'm trying to get the daily out of the way, and then I think we'll probably call the stream. Oh, Adam. Who do I want to use on attack, though? Probably just Bastion. Well... No, because then I have type disadvantage. Let's just rock Bullseye. See what happens. I feel like I never get to use Bullseye on attack anyway. Ooh. No. Oh, Bullseye, you let me down! Dude, you and Medusa, really? Oh my gosh. Every time I think for sure he's dead, right? Nope, guess not. He just gets to be a 2% Andy over here. Oh well. At least we didn't die. That's still like okay, like that's still a fairly good amount of points. Man, the twice in I just need to stop having faith in my champions. If only I had a point in Assassin, then we'd be good. We did play the matchups probably as well as we could have, I think. Baiting out his Beta Ray Bill was genius, quite frankly. Like, he won the round with him, but you already know, like, Red Skull is always a tough out. And I think victory track meta, he's particularly nasty because he'll just walk you down. Yeah. He had to pause. GG's. Let's give him a pie to the face, and then we'll give him a heart. It's like I was throwing a pie to him because he's probably hungry. No, don't be sad, guy. I'm sorry. I'm such a... I'm a horrible person. I was just trying to throw you a dessert, a tasty snack after the hard-fought battle. Come on, man. Yeah, you guys want to see the stash? Check this crap out, dude. Anyway, Garvit, we did the friendly stream last week, man. You missed out. Yeah, we got 40 tier 1 revives and then 41 tier 2 revives, which, like, I don't know where they came from. But we are losing a lot. Oh, here we go. Big unit gain. We're almost over 18k. That's going to be awesome. Anyway, yeah, look, we have all this expiring tomorrow. And then the floodgates really open in like 3 days. So, but we have a lot of energy, so may tackle Ordeal, or who knows. If we have the roster, we'll have to take a look at the Crucible stuff, honestly. But I do got to use some of those, Spidey, you're right. Necropolis incoming. I'll go do my Wong Necropolis run. Go hop in with the Wongers. Did I do Apothecary yet? I did not. I should probably go do that. Okay. I'm going to do this quest, and then we'll probably wrap the stream when I'm done. If you have any jokes or any questions you want to ask, get them in. Won't be live for much longer, fellers. W stream? Thank you, WAP. Thank you, man. Always try for the W stream, especially on the Monday, man. A lot of people looking for that Monday pick-me-up. Or Tuesday if you're Garvit, right? Because he's in India. Not to dox you or anything, Garvit. Much love, brother. Nah, I mean, I don't think telling you he's from India is enough to find him. Did you guys want to hear something crazy, though? Okay, so the other day I was playing Phasmophobia with some random people. Like, in Phasmophobia, you can just browse lobbies and join whatever you want. Anyway, there was a person in there who was Irish, German, Chinese. Isn't that and he lived in Taiwan. That's like the most interesting mixture I've ever seen. Flippin' awesome, by the way. It's a huge flex. Meanwhile, I'm just boring. I'm just like your classic, you know, stereotypical European descent. Nothing exciting. At least I think so. I need to do one of those DNA tests. That would be really cool. Ba-da-da-dum-bum. I need to go see what the poll is looking like. Did YouTube die? Are we still live? Yeah? That's weird. The YouTube viewers dropped all the way down to 0 for some reason. I wonder if that's like people getting an ad or something like that. Huh. How bizarre, how bizarre. You think you're German descent, you have no clue. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people that know their ancestors really that well. That's why I think it would be interesting to do one of those DNA tests. I just don't know that I want to give a multi-million-dollar company my DNA. Fortnite and COD are tied. Yeah, I just saw that. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think people would vote for Call of Duty, actually. I just put there on a whim. Ugh. I don't know if anyone would want to watch me play custom zombies. You just don't know what kind of white you are? Yeah. Yep. I mean, most people are just like a mix of like... I mean, you just throw a dartboard at the EU. And you're like 5% of this, maybe 10% of that. Unless you're like a really fresh immigrant. For me, like my family, I think, to my knowledge, as far back as my knowledge goes, like they've been in the States for quite a long time. So there's been a lot of time for cross-pollinating, we'll say. So I think I'm little bits of everything. Like Spain. There might be a little bit of Norwegian in there. Just all that fun stuff. I think there's like a small, like 1% Irish maybe. I think I have some Jewish ancestry too. I'm not 100% sure. Dude, that's because they gave out that gigantic compensation for getting rid of the summoner engagement stuff. because they haven't added that into like the daily quest stuff yet or whatever. Dude, and then another thing, like, almost everybody is related to, like, Genghis Khan. Or, like, is it Julius Caesar? One of the Roman emperors. Or no, I think it's Alexander the Great, actually. I think like everybody is tied back to Alexander the Great at some point, or at least like a large number of people are. That's why like at minimum most people, not everybody, but most people are like 10th or 11th cousins. Or like, yeah, or wait. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, that's so crazy. Like imagine just having so much intercourse that like that large of a portion of humanity is related to you. That's crazy, dude. Just wild. Oh, just wild. You know what else is wild? That I think we're going to wrap the stream up. Because I don't have any past the time crystals to open. And we could go put together a 7-star crystal, actually. Actually, oh, hold on. If we get 7-star shards from this, we're in. We're in business. Nah, we're not. Okay, we're cooked. We are cooked. We needed 5k, and then we would have had a 7-star crystal, but no such luck, unfortunately. Dude, I am quite pleased with how quickly my units have been stacking up ever since I started streaming. The unit gain is through the roof, man. PHC? Oh, yeah, we haven't done that in a while. I'm down. Okay, guys. If you can correctly guess which champion... Ooh, hold on. I have 69 of those. Let me open a shard, PHC. Okay, guys. If you can guess which champion I pull from this, it doesn't matter which rarity. You just have to get the champion correct. I will make you a moderator on this channel, okay? Although I don't even know if anyone is still in here other than Spidey. I think YouTube might have had a heart attack. Because not too long ago, the viewership dropped to 0 for some reason. And I can only assume that is YouTube pooping the bed. I don't know. But Spidey, you can always get double moderator privilege. How's that? If there is anyone else in the chat, if you type a guess and you get it right, I'll mod you. But you have 10 seconds to do so, or I'm dropping the crystal. All right, double moderator privilege for Spidey incoming. You can nominate somebody, sure. And Abomination. Rip. Well, better luck next time. Someone will get it right eventually. I mean, there is a large pool of champions, but I feel like we usually get enough people in the streams that someone will hit. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the stream tonight. Thank you so much for dropping in. Make sure to go vote on the poll on my channel. If you're watching this as a VOD and you made it all the way to the end, you're an absolute gangster. And make sure to go vote in whatever poll I have running at the time and like and all that other stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night or day or morning, whatever it is for you. And I will see you guys later.